fantastic.
What's with the Tigers hat?
Well, I recently played Detroit, and I'm a huge collector of these hats. And I'd had a couple of Detroits before, and I figured, hey, you're stuck in the Detroit airport for an hour, you might as well just go buy a hat.
Well, it's because of your connection with the Cardinals, of course. Do they?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, aren't you like the new superstar for the St. Louis Cardinals?
Yeah, something, not anything like that. No, if you've watched any of the videos, I assure you, I wasn't that consistently awful. I have an entire new outlook on reality television, because I realize the only reality is the power of the editor.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
I watch it back and I'm like, that's not how that happened. Dad don't remember that. So it was fun, you know. I wish that I could have a camera follow my every move, because the last year there's been so many amazing things that have happened, and you know, it's almost like you need that proof of documentation, because you tell it to friends, you know, especially back home, and they're like, you're so full of it, that didn't really happen. So at least with this Cardinal thing of spring training, I can say it was true.
And what we're talking about is the Making the Team, in which David was with the St. Louis Cardinals for spring training. It's on CMT.com. You can check those webisodes, I guess is what they're called. Check those out.
Yeah, if you want to plagiarize what Lady A calls their things, let's call them webisodes. I think they should be.
Also read you were involved in the Carrie Underwood shower. What did you get? What did you get her?
I got her, you know, I got married last year.
Yeah, your anniversary was 2 days ago.
Exactly. And so I had a few bowls left. Yeah. And I told her I'm not exactly sure where I got these bowls, but just return them to Bed Bath & Beyond. They take everything back. And they are one of the few places that actually just give you cash back. Don't ask me any questions. So I'm sure that, you know, they may not have been up to par bowl-wise with what she's looking for, but it's the thought that counts.
Yes. That's good. And 1 year, so how's that going?
It's good, you know. I tell people all the time, it's extremely hard to have issues when you rarely see each other. Our primary issue is just, are you ever coming home, and when do you leave again? So
yeah.
But she's a trooper, you know. I'd like to think that, you know, subconsciously that played a big role in, you know, what I felt like, you know, why I felt like she was the one, is, you know, finding somebody who's tolerable and compassionate, because, you know, I'm fortunate enough to have several friends who are about 3 or 4 years ahead of me career-wise, and to be able to pick their brains and get advice on how best to deal with it. And she's actually become friends with, you know, I don't want to say several, but a few of the guys, my friend's wife, and so it's easy because I kind of let them do all my damage control.
Yeah, good.
Like, go ask them. They can explain this better.
Well, happy anniversary, and you know, what's going on this summer for you?
Well, this summer we're busy as I've ever been in my entire life. But the main thing is, I like to think this summer we're just prepping for a big thing that's going to happen in the fall. We're very honored and humbled to be going out with arguably the hottest group, not only in country music, but music in general, with Lady Antebellum. And so really we're going to try to make the best of the summer, but we're really excited about the fall. And it's going to be really neat to be out with them.
Cool. All right, David. Well, thanks for the time.
I got to give one shout out to John Brockman, who is my Twitter stalker, who played for the Huskies. And
you play for the Kings now?
Yeah, Sacramento Kings. And old John is the best guy in the world. He sent me a box, about a 3-foot by 4-foot box of Sacramento Kings stuff. So I jumped on the bandwagon, and I know he's a Washington guy, so I got to give him a shout out.
He's a good guy too. Thanks, David.
You know what? I will tell this when I